Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's episode, I want to introduce you to a super cool tune by Beck called The Pump. And I want to be talking a little bit more about Jeff's unique phrasing style, particularly how he uses the whammy bar to give his melodies a unique touch. Now by the end of this lesson, you should have a better understanding what it takes to keep your tremolo system in tune while you play these kind of melodies and dive bombs and all that kind of stuff. And then if you stick around until the end, I want to give you a special lesson that I've recorded that's going to further help you to play in a style similar to that. friends, so this was The Pump by Jeff Beck. What a great tune. And the reason I like this tune so much is because of its clarity. Because you can really hear everything that's going on. It's a slow groove, it's a mighty pocket, and it's a wide playing field for playing great lines. Jeff Beck has been one of my inspirations for a long time, and the reason for that, I think, is his special sensitivity about tone. The way he phrases stuff is just unlike anyone else that I know. And he might be using the whammy bar for it. And just make a blues phrase that usually would sound very ordinary turn into something special. Yeah? Like, he will do. So one of the magical things that he accomplishes to do is to really abuse his whammy bar with dive bombs and wild stuff that is very reminiscent of the way Hendrix used the whammy bar. And he is able to do this by staying in tune on a regular Stratocaster. That's pretty darn special. If you've ever tried to play a Strat and do dive bombs like that, it's virtually impossible to stay in tune. So secretly, I really don't know how he does it, but I've heard this story about him and Steve Lukather being in the studio together, and they were playing, and then there was a moment where Jeff would go to the bathroom, and Steve would just pick up his guitar, and they were recording basically, yeah? And he would just strum one chord, and the chord was completely out of whack, completely out of tune. And then Jeff would come back from the restroom and just pick up the guitar. Hey, mate, where are we? And just continue playing. And so he's just able to make an out-of-tune guitar sound in tune. That's incredible. So on my own attempt to just be able to play in tune on a Strat-style guitar, I've tried all kinds of tremolos over the years, because my thought was, if I can find a piece of gear that just stays in tune, then I'm better off. You don't have to be a magician like Jeff. And through a lot of trial and error, I finally found a tremolo system that stays in tune by this little company in Spain. And the tremolo is called Vegatrem. Now check it out. This is an old set of strings, yeah? Not the new strings. Usually it's recommended to always use fresh strings when you use the whammy bar, because that will also help to stay it in tune. But so I was playing before. Let's just hit a chord, yeah? So you saw all the stuff that I was doing with the dive bombs and everything, and the guitar just stays in tune. Another bonus is that the Vegatrem really sounds very good. Kind of reminds me of a vintage Strat, but with a little bit more of a modern touch, a little more full-bodied. Yeah. For those of you that have experiences with tremolos, then you know that the sound of the block, it plays a major part in the sound of your guitar. So kudos to Vegatrem for really choosing a material that is the best of both worlds, I would say. And then last but not least, one problem that I've always had with my tremolos is that my sweat must have some sort of property that it just corrodes into metal easily. So this Vegatrem tremolo is now on this guitar for like 2 years. You see it here on my Thornbucker. It's also metal chassis, by the way, great pickup from Sur. But you see that this pickup is just corroded like crazy. Whereas the Vegatrem here, it looks shiny and fresh. And I don't know what kind of metal they're using, but it just stays clean. It doesn't corrode. So that's a big plus for me as well. And then plus you can adjust the bar here to either be loose around or stay in one position. Yeah, it's a great little tremolo, and it has helped me to play stuff in the Jeff Beck style. It's helped me to combine lead playing with a lot of whammy bar with chords, because I play in a power trio, so I need to be able to play chords that are in tune. And by the way, that's something that you don't see Jeff Beck do a lot for obvious reasons. Yeah, you hardly ever see him play a full chord. Yeah, and I'm sure it has to do with the fact that, he needs to do his special magic to keep his guitar sounding in tune. So yes, highly recommended to check out Vega-Trem and the Vega-Trem Tremolo. So before I wrap it up here and gonna jam a little more, I wanna kindly ask you to subscribe to this channel, and I also wanna invite you to check out my free Hendrix class that I've recorded. You can find the link below here, and yeah, just watch the class, and then you will also find out what else am I doing and how I help guitar players to reach their fullest potential on the instrument. Keep on rocking, and I will see you very soon.